Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to tell you 5 things you need to know about the LMIA or Labour Market Impact Assessment for Canada and whether you'll need it yourself as a foreign worker or entrepreneur in Canada. An LMIA is a labour market confirmation process that intends to protect the local job market of Canada and foreign nationals that are already employed in Canada. LMIA exempt work permits can be issued only under special circumstances. If you have a Canadian job offer or you're looking for a Canadian job from your home country, then you absolutely need to know about LMIA and why it's so important to foreign workers. There are some direct benefits of getting a positive LMIA, the obvious one being allowed to migrate and work in Canada, being sponsored by an employer, and it's also an easy pathway towards getting a Canadian permanent residence for you and your dependent family members as well. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything about the LMIA or Labour Market Impact Assessment process for Canada, the total processing time for an LMIA, how to know if you need an LMIA, whether you're a skilled worker or an entrepreneur in Canada, why you need it to extend your work permit, and how an LMIA can help you obtain more CRS points as an express entry applicant, so do watch the video till the end. Hey guys, this is Jason from Dream Canada. If you're new to the channel, I show people how to save their money and immigrate to new countries through my videos without the help of any immigration consultants or agents or lawyers. You can find all the process instructions for you to apply on your own through this channel. Subscribe now because all the information provided here is completely free and I answer all your queries in the comment section and on my social handles on Instagram and Twitter, so don't forget to follow us there as well. You can even get in touch with us directly via WhatsApp on the number shared on the screen. Let's start with what an LMIA actually is. An LMIA is an official document issued by IRCC, more specifically Employment and Social Development Canada or ESDC, to employers in Canada that wish to hire foreign workers in their company. It basically states that the employer has not found a Canadian citizen or permanent resident who's already in Canada to fill a particular job position, and hence they wish to hire a foreign worker for that position. This document must be obtained before the foreign worker applies for their work permit from their home country. It verifies that they'll have either a positive or neutral effect on the Canadian labour market. Now, all jobs in Canada do not require an LMIA. These jobs are called LMIA exempt jobs, and they don't require an employer to apply for an LMIA to support a foreign worker's work permit application. Now, how much time does an LMIA take? Processing times of LMIAs vary from 2 weeks to a few months, but the ESDC has promised to process a particular number of LMIA applications within 10 working days in order to meet the workforce demand in Canada. By putting in place a 10 business days service standard, the processing of the following categories will now be taken up sooner. The first one is all applications of LMIA for the highest demand jobs, which are skilled trades, or the highest paid top 10% careers, or applicants with work periods of shorter durations of 120 days or lesser. Now, how do you know if you need an LMIA or not for your job? Unless eligible for an LMIA exemption, all Canadian employers almost always require an LMIA to hire foreign workers. LMIA requirements and exemptions depend on many factors such as occupation type, the wages offered, job duration, etc. You can read more about LMIA requirements and exemptions on the official IRCC website. This page lists all the types of employment conditions which do not need an LMIA. I'll add this link in the description box below. Now, will you need another LMIA to extend your current work permit? When you're issued an LMIA work permit as a foreign worker in Canada, while you're working in Canada, you have to make sure that both your work permit as well as your LMIA are valid, because in most cases, the duration of your work permit validity is more than the duration of your LMIA validity. In other words, although a work permit can be issued for a longer period than the LMIA itself, the foreign worker's LMIA needs to be valid at the time that they apply or reapply for a work permit. If a foreign worker's initial LMIA expires, but their employer seeks to extend the worker's permit in Canada, a new LMIA will be required before the employee can apply for another work permit or a work permit extension. When an employer applies for a new LMIA, it's important to understand that ESDC will begin the assessment process all over again and treat the situation as a new application. As part of this new application, ESDC will have the opportunity, if necessary, to ensure that there are still no Canadian citizens or permanent residents available to fill the position of a temporary foreign worker, and it's ultimately their decision on whether you'll be granted another LMIA or not. Now, do you need an LMIA to work in Canada as an entrepreneur? The answer is no. Entrepreneurs do not require an LMI to apply for a work permit in Canada. However, foreign nationals coming to work in Canada as entrepreneurs must prove that their business or company that they intend to operate in Canada will either create or maintain significant social, cultural, or economic benefits for Canada, or maintain or create jobs for Canadian citizens or permanent residents. Now we come to how an LMIA can help with your express entry application. Although express entry candidates don't require an LMIA to be eligible for the express entry application, it may be beneficial for these candidates and all express entry candidates in general to still obtain an LMIA from their employer. The main benefit of obtaining an LMIA job offer for an express entry application is that you can get an additional 50 to 200 CRS points depending on the type of job you've been offered, and going by today's high CRS requirements, any addition of points can make a huge difference in getting an ITA. Alright guys, so that was all about the LMIA process for Canada. For more immigration tips, do subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified for new updates. Thanks for watching and all the best for your application.